Good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog. I have got very precious cargo in the car this morning. They're hiding, they're a little bit nervous because they don't know why they're in the car. The reason I've got the boys with me today is because we are heading to the hairdresser. Ooh, the boys are getting their spring haircuts. They have been looking exceptionally scruffy lately, so we managed to get an appointment with them today, so I'm taking them to the Chipping Norton Dogs Groomers. I'm going to run a few errands while they're in there. They're usually about 45 minutes getting their hair cut. I've got a few bags of returns. Yes? Soundtrack to my journey. Okay, peace at last. Luckily they didn't howl the whole way to the hairdressers, only that first little bit at the beginning while they realised that Charlie wasn't coming too. My needy little boys. They're actually going to be there for a couple of hours, so I am heading now to Burford Garden Centre, or Garden Company, because Chipping Norton is kind of halfway between our house and Burford, so I thought I'd make the most of this time. And especially after last night, if you watched to the very end of the last vlog, we went down and saw all the raised beds are completely finished, obviously not with soil in yet, but it definitely won't be long until we can start planting them. So I'm just feeling really excited for the growing season, and I want to do some more seed planting. I know I literally said either last vlog or the one before that I wasn't going to go crazy with seed planting this year, but I just really don't want to miss out on all these lovely vegetables, and we have got so much growing space that it just seems a huge shame not to. And also after the cookery class at Time, there were a couple of ingredients there that I'd really love to grow, so I just thought I'd have a little look around Burford, have a look around the seed section. I could do with a few seed trays that are slightly longer as well, for things which have got tap roots, such as broad beans, sweet peas as well. They like to have long growing containers. So yeah, that is my plan this morning. I need to nip to a post office as well to do my shop returns, and then I'll collect the boys in a couple of hours. Okay, I've made it to the Burford Garden Company. It's still pretty early, but it's already quite busy here and very dangerous for me because I'm in a really spendy mood. I think I'm going to have to grab a big trolley, but first I'm going to grab myself a coffee from a cafe. Pistachio and lemon cake with rose water icing. Happens to be vegan. That looks delicious. Lemon drizzle cake. Oh my goodness. These all look scrumptious. Cinnamon buns, orange, polenta and almond cake. Oh, yummy.
the area that I need to be in, lots of seeds and seed planting accessories. This, however, blows my mind a little bit because I don't know why you wouldn't just use toilet roll tubes. It's literally exactly the same, and yet these are £4. I don't think I ever thought that I would get excited by this kind of thing, but plant thermometers, soil pH meters, these are all the kinds of things I need to get for my new raised beds. One of the reasons I love coming here is because, as well as everything being so practical, everything is just beautiful. This is not just any green watering can, this is a tweed green watering can. You've got these lovely little bases to put your terracotta pots on. My goodness, that was a very successful trip to the garden centre. The bougiest garden centre, I think, probably in the whole country. I just absolutely love it here, really, because for me, gardening is as much about enjoying what I'm doing as it is the end result and growing the vegetables and the fruit. So just having like really pretty tools and lovely containers to grow things in is half the fun, I'm not gonna lie. And especially knowing that we are investing so much in the actual space, the beds, the layouts, and eventually towards the end of some of the greenhouse, it's worth investing in the little details as well. So that most definitely was not a cheap shop. But I love the pieces that I have purchased, many of which I showed you in the trolley briefly, but I will share with you my loot when we get home. But for now, it's time to go and pick up my pampered sausages. Hello, smarty pants. Hello, smarty boys. Hello, my I have got two very smart little puppy dogs. We have been pampered, we have been brushed, we have been pruned, and we are looking very posh and very glossy. It's actually just started snowing, my goodness. There's just about enough room in here for two little boys on the back with all of Mummy's garden centre shopping. Look at these neat little fluffy paws. Oh, they're so tidy. They're so tidy. And my bottom is so smart. Back home again, and the blue skies have returned. It's still a little bit chilly, but a really gorgeous afternoon, so I'm definitely going to do some potting and seed planting. So here we go, very exciting. Here is my Burford Garden Company haul. Let me show you the wonderful bits that I picked up. So let's start with the larger bits. This was already here, so this is the only item on the table that I didn't buy today. So I always think whenever you see a pretty pot, it's nice to add to your collection. I'm absolutely not fussed about all of my pots matching, but I just like to collect ones which I find pretty, basically. This I thought was really gorgeous, and I think this might go in our downstairs bathroom. Just a lovely old pot with a hydrangea in, and that'll make a really nice gift. And then when the temperatures start to warm up, this can obviously live outside. This pot and plant, and I'm actually not 100% sure what this flower is, so I'm going to have to use my Picture This app. These came separately, but I thought they looked really lovely together. Again, in the family room or even in the kitchen, I think that'll look absolutely gorgeous. I just love having hydrangeas inside. They last a really long time. It's actually so much better value to buy a pot of a hydrangea plant rather than like a bunch of flowers, because this will last you years if you look after it well. And they do look lovely inside. In fact, this one might actually live in my dressing room, especially because I found this gorgeous pink scalloped plant pot. So that's a really beautiful combination. And then this little pot here, kind of matching with the scallop detail. I just thought that was really pretty. And then the final terracotta bits. It's always good to grab these when you see them because they're actually often really hard to find, and they're always impossible to find when you want them. They basically go underneath, as you can see demonstrated here. They go underneath your plant pots so that when you water them you don't get water on your tables, and a lot of plants actually prefer to be watered from the base, so especially ferns, anything with quite deep roots, it's better to water them from the base and then they soak up through the soil instead of watering from up here. And especially if you're trying to strengthen the roots, if you water from the bottom, it encourages root growth. So having bits like this, obviously without holes in, is really useful. So then the next bits that I purchased, I thought this was a really attractive, I've actually got something like this already, but with a bigger ball of twine that I got from Burford last year, but I thought it'd be nice to have two different sizes on display in my greenhouse. I'm getting very ahead of myself. And then a spare ball of the green twine. I got a couple of these trays with a galvanized steel base. They will be really useful for moving my seeds around when they're all potted into little individual pots, and I thought this would be the perfect size for putting inside my, oh, where's it gone? Around the corner, on the shelves in my Victorian greenhouse. And because it's got the holes in the bottom, if I water my seeds, you know, the water won't just stick around, so that's absolutely perfect. So I got 2 of those. I did think about getting 4, but I'll see how I get along with these 2 to begin with. Not very exciting, but I got some eggs for Charlie. Lots of different plant labels, because it's really important to label your seedlings, otherwise you will 100% forget what you've planted. So I'll be using some of those later. These are literally ice cream lollipop sticks, but again, great for labeling your plants. Some twine, really good for using with willow, which is these sticks here for when you're trying to create supports for your beans. Basically anything that needs support, it's good to create it out of willow. I think it looks really nice and natural as well with twine. I always feel like I need to brush the soil out of my nails after a good day in the garden, so I've got this sweet little nail brush. These gloves look really practical. They've got kind of a squidgy texture, so they're going to be great for gripping, but they're also thermal on the inside, so they're going to be nice and warm. They're called the Breyers Thermal Cozy Gardener Gloves. Thought they'd be very useful. And then, okay, this is a real luxury, a real treat, because these were very expensive, but I just thought they were absolutely beautiful. I'm going to use them as kind of decoration in my greenhouse as well. I will hang them all from the wall and I think it'll look beautiful. So this is a narrow trowel and it is made of copper, and they've actually got silver tips, which apparently is great for your soil. Not that it'll make that much difference.
That'll look nice inside, won't it?
Yes, I thought that would look good in the bathroom. Hand fork.
Fork off, mate.
A hand fork, again in the lovely copper. I find these really useful. I did buy one just recently from Savile Gardens, so this is my second, what do you actually call them, a hand rake? Yes, Daddy, be careful with me. We get bandanas when we come back from the hairdresser. This is a hand cultivator, great for soil prep, and then a regular trowel. And then a regular trowel as well. There was some information. Oh, they're bronze, not copper. My goodness, bronze gardening tools. How lovely. There was some information on the display about the local craftsmanship that goes into these, which I thought was really interesting. So these will just be really useful. Obviously, my new raised beds are absolutely ginormous, so it would look really strange if my veggies weren't growing in a straight line. So it's going to be very important for me to create these lines, which you do by rolling out the string, putting these pegs in the ground, and then you essentially grow along your string line. It sounds like something that you wouldn't need to do, and last year I didn't, and I regretted it when my veg was wonky, so I'm going to try and keep it a lot neater this year. And then last but not least, my seeds. So I'll quickly go through what I got. Big white dramatic pumpkin, because why not? Some chard, I thought that would be really fun and really tasty. Radish always does really well. These are similar kind of onions that we cooked with at thyme, good for in salads. Fennel, again we used fennel at thyme, and I thought that'd be really satisfying to grow. Cabbage, because we eat a lot of that. Well, we eat a lot of all of these things, to be honest. A couple of different kinds of cabbages. Cucamelons, because I just thought they looked really fun. And then someone told me that artichokes are evergreen, apparently. So I thought they would be really fun to grow. Oh, and then this is the last thing. This is a windowsill cultivator. Seeing as I use the windowsill in the pantry for my germination, which is when you do need warmth but not necessarily light to get your seeds starting, I thought this would be a really handy way of, again, being able to water from the bottom. And just keep everything. These little plastic covers help to keep the moisture in, so you don't have to keep watering your seedlings every day, and ultimately just boost the germination rate of my seeds. Okay, so it turns out that these seed trays are the perfect size. Funnily, this one is actually a tiny bit bigger than this one by maybe like 0.5 centimetre, because 3, 6, 9, 12 fit in here absolutely perfectly with a tiny bit of breathing room, whereas as you can see on this side they're a little bit squeezed in, but that's absolutely fine. So I've gone through my seeds, all of the ones that I purchased today except for the radish, because you might as well plant radish straight into your beds, so I'll do that when they are built. Everything else I'm going to be doing in my little pots. So these 3 here like to be sown under glass, and this is pretty much just as good. So the artichoke, the cucamelon and the fennel are going to go in these seed trays, and then the cabbage, the lettuce, the onions and the chard are going to go on this one, and these will actually be okay. I think I'm going to leave them in the shed. They don't need quite the temperature of inside the house, but the shed will be the perfect place for them to germinate, and then as soon as they have done, they'll go in the Victorian greenhouse. And then these ones want to be a little bit warmer, so we're going to do the pumpkin and then some of the beans that I want to use up. So the French runner beans, climbing beans, and the mange tout are going to go in here. Now Charlie has got something to show us. Oh, look at Dexy in the soil. I think they just like the warmth of the flower beds, don't they?
That's okay there because there's no flowers there, but sometimes we like to lay out on
Daddy, it's so nice and warm and soft. You should really try it sometime, Daddy.
No, we are going to get a bit mucky.
I also don't like to be too clean. Yes. Right, so what have you got?
We've been sent this. It's actually a product that I was looking at buying anyway, and you said, oh no, Envy are someone you've been speaking with. Mm-hmm. Essentially, it is a product that is going to help us clear the pond.
What is the name of the product?
The pond is called Lake Clear.
The product is called Lake Clear.
The product is called Lake Clear. Now, when we were doing sort of measurements, I'm terrible with measuring anything.
Yeah.
This is a very large pond. Like the average pond is significantly smaller than this, so we felt it fell into the category of a lake. Hence, we got the Lake Clear product. Mm-hmm. It's important to mention this is in no way sponsored. This is a product we were actually going to get anyway. It does say apply every 12 weeks. We're just doing one batch, and we're going to see how it works. And
you literally just pour it in?
Well, so they come in these sachets. Now, I'll be honest, if you've ever watched any crime thrillers that involve drugs,
you do look like a drug lord.
This does look like heroin in bags. I think you get arrested with that. I mean, that would be worth millions, probably.
That would be a great way to sneak it into the country, wouldn't it? Oh no, it's Lake Clear.
Yeah, so anyway, it goes in these bags. These are biodegradable.
Great,
these
that's good,
completely disintegrate. I think it's a combination of, like, sand definitely helps kill algae. I don't really know what else is in it. It's not very clear to me.
Lake Clear.
But anyway, we have tried a lot of things to clear this lake, pond, whatever you want to call it, without going all out and dredging it, which eventually we might do, but it's a huge cost.
If we win the lottery.
Yeah. We want to get some pond plants in there this summer. Mm-hmm. So, without further ado, me and you are going to go lob some in. I think this could be quite satisfying.
See who can chuck it the furthest.
See if I can get one in from here.
Yeah, I saw a splash. You're such a plonker. We should try and spread them out quite evenly before you get carried away. Let me do so. Oh, Dexy thinks you're throwing them for him. We need to be careful.
Dexter.
Dexy! I hope this works, otherwise we've got what looks like sachets of heroin in our pond. They are floating around a little bit.
That's what they're meant to do.
Oh, right.
They're meant to float for a bit. I think we should probably take some round the...
Well, they're floating the other side.
If you grab a few.
They are floating that direction, though.
Yeah, come on. Shoots, he scores.
I'm going to get one in that patch of algae.
There is a life I lead in this city, hurrying to cut my teeth. I can take what I need to get by, it doesn't make it easy. The other piece of my heart moves slow, somewhere in the great unknown. When I return from the afterglow, will you carry me like I am whole again? Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone. Wait, hold on, put me together, take me back where I belong.
So one benefit of having a very algae-filled pond is apparently you can submerge fresh new terracotta pots in your algae-filled pond and it makes them look a little bit more aged. Instead of doing that, because obviously these pots are very precious, we've just got a bucket of algae-filled water and we're going to experiment with one of the lovely fluted pots that Charlie got me for our anniversary. And we're going to see, we'll have to check on it in a couple of weeks, see if it works. Yeah, I got it before. So this is what it looks like. I feel like we should do a couple.
Oh, no, I think let's just do one because they were expensive and I know it says to do it, but I just worry. You just never know. That's quite satisfying to watch that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So let's just do one and in 2 weeks, let's check on it.
Okay.
And if it works, we'll stick all of them in there.
See you in a couple of
This
weeks.
algae's not going anywhere.
No. Well, that'd be great if it does
Yeah.
work. Cool.
Put me together, take me back where I belong. I want it all, I had a feeling but the feeling is all gone. Wait.
So a little fact, if you're planting beans or any seed that's got what looks like a little eye or a little belly button, that wants to go down in the soil because that is where your root is going to come from. Do you see that little white eye? That wants to go downwards so that the root can shoot down and the seed doesn't use up all of its energy turning itself around in the soil.
Feeling is all gone. Feeling is all gone. Feeling is all gone.
So this entire picnic basket has come from Envy and they've actually written out this lovely note with information on how to use all of the products that they've sent us. So it's very, very generous and perfect timing with our kitchen garden. So let's see what we've got inside. Oh my gosh, this is more seeds.
Wow.
Ah, this is amazing. Okay.
Quickly,
Yeah.
how does a penguin make pancakes?
With its flippers.
Very well. Just quickly also,
Oh my goodness.
I've had 2 doorknob moments today.
Right.
Firstly, wearing this when gardening.
Where's that top from?
And Sons, it's a British brand, British made, British owned.
Lovely.
But shouldn't have worn white.
No.
And should we confess to your lovely subscribers that we've had a bit of a moment today?
With what?
Led by me, again.
What have you done? Oh.
So we didn't open, so just
No.
quickly, this arrived with the other products, but I assume this was just like a lovely, I didn't think that we'd need to read this.
So it says that they have sent us a 12-month supply of Lake Clear. For your pond, you'll need to use 3 sachets every 2 months. And what have we done, Dunning?
We've used them all.
We've thrown them all in.
The only thing I would say is, I've never seen algae like it in our pond.
Yeah,
So I think hopefully this will like supercharge it.
super blitzer.
It's super natural as well, isn't it, as a brand, which is good to hear. But it will supercharge it. So if it doesn't, yeah, I mean, it will work. I'm confident now.
Wow, so we've got a product here called Foundation, packed full of beneficial bacteria to improve plant health and protect from pathogens. Yes, I remember one of the products from MB that I used last year. Not only was a soil improver, but it also is like anti-slug as well, which is amazing. So we've got some foundation. We have got organic tomato fertilizer. Need to grow some tomatoes this year. Seaweed rooting gel, that's interesting. I was actually looking at doing some, what's it called? When you take cuttings of something.
Propagating.
Propagating with basil. because we get through a lot of basil.
We do.
So I can use that.
Basil, right? Basil is an annual, isn't it? It doesn't keep coming back.
Yeah, I believe so.
That's the only frustrating thing about herbs with, like, coriander, parsley, basil. I think they're all annual. So I guess that's fun.
Well, your rosemary and sage is still doing well from last year.
Rosemary, sage, thyme, all of them are perennial. They keep coming back if you look after them.
Yeah.
They're evergreen as well.
So this is a probiotic. Obviously you take probiotics to improve your gut bacteria. Well, this improves the bacteria in your compost. So that's really good to add to your compost. My goodness, we have literally got so many things in here. This is the kind of blogger mail that I appreciate these days.
Yeah.
Some more tomato fertilizer.
What are we gonna do about tomatoes? Are we gonna do them?
I think I'll probably wait till I've got the greenhouse. Yeah, this is what I used last year and it was amazing. Feed and protect. So you sprinkle this on your raised beds and it also stops slugs and snails. So good for around your brassicas and around your cabbage.
Amazing.
So that's going to be amazing. Oh, they've sent loads of that. That is
exciting.
Really, really epic. Active-Earth soil conditioner. Oh my gosh. This is actually...
It's all got seaweed in, hasn't it? Is most of it using seaweed? Because that's what we learned when we were in St Andrews, didn't we? We already knew that seaweed is like the ultimate superfood now. Like both for humans and for plants. Like the best plant food is seaweed.
Interesting. It's very good for like repair, isn't it? I wonder if it just encourages growth. Gosh, so we are well and truly stocked up with products that will help with our brand new kitchen garden. So stay tuned because I'll be using these over the next couple of weeks when the beds are finished. Okay, I've come upstairs to the dressing room and firstly I cannot believe how nice and light it is still. It is nearly 7 p.m. The sun has come back out and it's so light, it makes me so happy. I've been doing a little bit of unboxing and I wanted to share with you this brand here. It's called Stripe and Stare. I've heard amazing things about them, so I spent quite a bit of time on their website, as you can tell. It's basically loungewear and underwear, and firstly, super sustainable. It says made from trees. I think it's birch tree, but I might have got that wrong. I'll leave their website link down below. Basically, they're meant to be way softer than cotton, and I think it uses like 90% less water than the production of cotton, and they're biodegradable, and apparently super duper duper amazingly comfortable. So I'm looking forward to trying these and I shall report back. They have done some collaborations with Love Shack Fancy. So these are the Love Shack Fancy knickers, and I think I've got some other bits in here from Love Shack Fancy as well. I just love their packaging. It's so, so cute. So I'm going to have a little unboxing session of these goodies from Stripe and Stare. And if they are as comfortable as they are reported to be, I'll let you guys know. Well, I couldn't resist putting on a set of the pajamas right away, and this set is just absolutely adorable, and I can confirm seriously, seriously soft. It's like a washed out kind of vintagey floral pattern. I'm not sure if this is from the Love Shack Fancy collaboration or if this is just a regular set, but super soft pajamas. Literally, I can't stop like stroking them. You've got this little pocket detail, you've got really lovely piping detail around the edge here, 3/4 sleeves, so it's not gonna get in the sink, not gonna get wet when I'm cleansing my face, which genuinely, it does bother me if my pajama sleeves are too long, because when I'm doing my cleansing routine, they just get everywhere. And then the leggings and the trousers are super soft as well, really nice stretch to them. And the carrier bags that everything came in, they're all compostable, so I'm going to take them out tomorrow and put them in our compost bin, so they'll end up being part of my raised beds. Here are some of the other loungy night bits. I literally have an entire new loungewear nightwear wardrobe thanks to Stripe and Stare. I think this is one of the Love Shack Fancy ones, just a really nice, in fact I'm pretty sure we've chosen some fabric like this for one of our window seats. A really lovely lightweight robe, which is a great summer alternative to a dressing gown. Some little loungewear shorts, which I know I'll get so much use out of, especially in the summer. Some classic striped pajamas. Another little robe wrap style cozy piece here. Probably need to give them a bit of a steam, but I chose this lovely sagey green pair of relaxing lounge bottoms and a plain white jumper as well, or sweater you might call it. And then these really cute little patterned socks. So yeah, really, really lovely collection of pieces from Stripe and Stare. So I was actually planning on taking this up to my dressing room, but Charlie put the pink pots with the hydrangea in here in the pink room, and I have to say it looks absolutely gorgeous on here. Not that we have any guests due to stay in here over the next couple of weeks. I've just noticed that the rams in the field opposite have had their hair cut. They're looking very pampered, just like Dexy and Dicky. But yeah, this looks absolutely gorgeous in here. I might keep a look out and see if I find any other pots like this to put up in my dressing room, because that is absolutely gorgeous. So for our dinner this evening, Charlie and I are enjoying a meal kit from Lena Stores. We had a really lovely dinner there the week before last in London. So we have got their ribeye, and this is a truffle polenta dauphinoise potato, which sounds mouth-watering. And we've added a few of our own greens, and then we've got panna cottas for afterwards. It smells delicious, so we're going to plate up and enjoy. Good morning, my darlings. Can you tell I am bloomin' freezing? I'm gonna put this back up again because it's so cold this morning. In fact, I need my heated seat on. Oh, there we go. So, it is Monday morning. I'm afraid I didn't vlog yesterday. Had a Sunday off, which was lovely. We just did some very boring house chores. We cleared out our grain store, which we'd needed to do for a long time. It's where we just end up putting junk, basically. So yeah, had a good sort through there. So I'm gonna have to do a charity shop run at some point this week. And then we rewarded ourselves with a roast at the Swan Inn at Ascot-under-Wychwood. I really need to do a blog post on my restaurant recommendations, because now it's coming to a time of year where so many people are coming to the Cotswolds for holidays and weekend breaks, and I'm getting probably about 50 messages a day for my recommendations, and I'm writing them out every single time. So I just need to do a blog post. I'm going to put that on my to-do list this week. So if I've not done it by the next vlog, you guys can tell me off in the comments. But if you do come to Cotswolds on a little weekend break and you want an amazing Sunday roast, I would highly recommend the Swan at Ascot-under-Wychwood. Obviously my Cotswolds recommendations are very much like North Cotswolds, but there's really like such a hub here of amazing pubs, obviously places like Dalesford, which is where I am now. I've just done Monday morning Reformer Pilates with a different instructor, but that was really good fun. A little bit different to the previous instructor's style. This was more, you kind of had to like think about what you were doing a bit more, but a great way to start the day. And I've done pretty much our weekly food shop. Well, no, it's not really a weekly food shop, it's just like the essentials, some veg and some salad boxes for our next few lunches. But anyway, back to the Swan. If you go, make sure you are hungry enough for starters, because their starters, their nibbles, are actually like the best bit. I'll pop some pictures on the screen here of what we ordered. There's a starter called a bit of everything, and you get loads of like flavoured dips for your bread, like an artichoke garlic dip, like an alioli kind of dip, so good. And then they've got something called mucky toast, and obviously only if you're not veggie, but it's got like pork scratchings on it. It's kind of been like rubbed in maybe the juices that they cook the bacon in, and then like apple sauce all on the toast, and it is just mouth-watering. And then they've got truffle parmesan gruyères. They're like little puff pastries but with parmesan in them, and they are seriously delicious. So I'd highly recommend that. Not just Sunday roast, they do great food all the time, so we treated ourselves to that yesterday. But yeah, today is Monday. So what do I have on today? I need to finish doing some more kitchen garden planning. I've actually found, well, Charlie actually found a company on Instagram that specialises in live edge wood, which is, again, I'll pop a picture on the screen here. I could literally go and show you, but I don't want to get out the car again. This is what they have on the shelving of the greenhouse here at Dalesford, and it's basically when
the wood, you leave the live edge, so it's not like, the wood isn't like cut perfectly on the edge. You can see literally like the bark of the tree, so it can be an unusual shape, and that's how I would like the shelving in my greenhouse to be, especially on the end, which has got the high stone wall. So I need to take some measurements for that, because obviously I've got to wait until July for the actual glass bit of my greenhouse to go in, which is very annoying. But I know that as soon as that's in, I'm going to want to move into the greenhouse like straight away and start using it straight away. So I'd like this company to start creating my live edge wooden shelving, so that the day that the glass structure goes on, they are sat waiting to put my shelves in, so that the next day I can start making it look pretty. So that is on my agenda for today, and because it's Monday, just like lots of admin, I send over all my stats from any work that's gone live the week before, check that invoices have been sent. So yeah, just an admin day. So I quite like the routine of coming and doing Pilates first thing. Maybe, I think I'll just alternate between Mondays and Tuesdays. We shall see. Anyway, I'm procrastinating. I have been listening to Vogue Williams and Joanne McNally's podcast, which is called My Therapist Ghosted Me, and it's just hilarious. They are so funny. And I just love the Irish accent. It's very rude. But yeah, that's my start to the day. So as per usual, I have some of Charlie's purchases to share with you, but if you're wondering why I have a small selection of cuddly toys on this chair, it is because at the weekend we went through our store cupboard, and in there we had boxes of things which were from my childhood, and this was my this was my Digby doggy.
I quite like him.
He's very fluffy.
I'm not such a fan of these baby.
Did you never have TY Beanie Babies?
I did, but not for a very long time because I was probably just slightly missed it. But I like this fella.
Digby.
Do you like Digby, Dexy?
Yes.
Oh, Daddy, I'll really enjoy humping him later.
Dexy, don't be so rude. You will not be doing anything of the sort. So let me know down below if you guys had TY Beanie Babies. I don't think this guy's TY actually. No. But I just always loved elephants, so he was one of my favourites. Did we rescue Mufasa, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I think Lila's... Yeah, this was another of my favourite Beanie Babies. This one's called Hope. Well, these were actually Beanie Buddies. Let me know down below if you guys collected them as well. I just thought they were so adorable. These have now been through the washing machine and tumble dryer, so they're no longer smelling of mouse poo. And then,
I haven't shown you. I've got something new.
I can't remember this guy's name.
Hang on, I've got something really new and exciting to show you.
Oh dear.
Just wait for it.
If anyone knows this guy's name, let me know down below. But I'm pretty sure this was Hope. But yeah, I did have a few more, but sadly the mice were actually living in the cardboard box that these were stored in. So we did lose a few Beanie Buddies.
You know, I used to stand here every few days and mist our ferns.
Oh my god.
Taking it to the next level.
That is the ugliest looking device I have ever seen.
Look.
Could you not find an attractive one?
Done. I used to be there going, now, done, mate.
Yeah, but you're wetting the whole house.
It's good though, you're meant to miss your ferns.
Right, you're such a nerd. Tell us about your painting, son, darling.
So we're finally adding, this is my favourite one in the house, I think.
Yeah, I love that
It
one.
works really well because I like how we look out, and it's obviously it's like a woodland you're looking into.
Yeah.
That one was just from Etsy.
Draws the eye.
These
Is it me or is it freezing in here?
It is chilly.
Have we run out of oil?
No.
Oh.
These are from an Instagram antique supplier. So we follow a few with Old House, and this is one of the first we followed. She's called Kept London. And we have bought, I think, probably about 20 things from her now.
Really?
For here,
where's she based?
For the cottage. I don't actually know.
I wonder if she has a real life place as well.
Yeah, but she doesn't have a website. She just literally sells antique finds. I think she posts one a day, and it's like they normally sell within 10 minutes.
You should do that. We find such gems around here. Yeah.
The key with that is that key word, isn't it? That ends in
gems.
I'm.
Oh right. That ends in time.
No, it ends in I'm. I meant to say. I'm a bit weird one to say. Anyway, so this is for our bedroom.
Lovely.
I just liked it. It's just, I mean, we're not art connoisseurs. We're not pretending to be. We're just finding things online that we think look nice and work with the walls. I think eventually, I do think we need something there, but I think we need... I've seen frames that are almost like a landscape frame. You don't see them very often, but like a long frame.
Right.
But I think we need something, because of these, we can't really put a big portrait because it will look really off.
Do you not think we need like a mirror or something?
I think people overdo mirrors. I think mirrors make rooms less cosy.
Yeah.
And why would we do what? Why do we need a mirror there? I mean, it wouldn't even reflect. You also got to consider what a mirror reflects. It wouldn't reflect unless you stood here. For most people, I don't know. I don't think it's necessary. But anyway, that's for our bedroom. And then this one is for an exciting project we're working on. TBC, isn't it? I'm not actually as big a fan of the colour of the frame now.
No, it's
I
a bit
love the painting,
bluey.
but
We could probably paint that. We've got some samples we need to undo from Little Green.
Well, green would work with that.
I bet I could do that this afternoon with my Little Green stuff.
London, we shout out to her. Her name's Henrietta.
Oh, it's a nice name.
Or Hen, because yeah, she's just got a really good eye for detail. I think that's the key with these Instagram antique dealers, is they only post one a day, but they're always like amazing pieces.
Yeah.
So you've got to snap them up.
Speaking of dealers, everyone said that we looked like we were growing weed in our kitchen garden when we went out with the torches the other day.
With the whiskey.
Maybe we'll give you guys a torch update tonight because the beds are looking amazing.
Torch update.
Yeah, go down with the torches.
Yeah,
Make
well,
that
it's
our
lighter
theme.
now, isn't it? So the
Yeah,
have changed.
have to wait till midnight.
Anyway, that's the updates, mate. Right.
Got any updates for us, my tick-tick? Well, my update is that since I had my hair washed, I have managed to remain super glossy, super fragrant, and just all round the most handsome sausage dog in the whole world. Would you like to see my paws? Well, you can't because I've got them tucked in at the moment. I've got my paws tucked in, and that's where they're staying. Come on, show us your paws. Show us your neat little paws. Oh my gosh. Have you ever seen such a sweet little paw? Oh, they are absolute perfection, my Dexy. Why do you look so sad? Oh, you're a mummy's little boy.